sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
It's not gonna happen, and Daniel McMillan,
Pennsylvania native, kept your winning here at Pocono.
Third win of the season, and win the championship.
Ryan Benjamin with the last lap pass, and he is going to score the victory in the Minute Maid 300.
Sam Oskin, third win of the season.
He's gonna get it and only leads 3 laps today.
Welcome to the NOF SRL.
Hello everybody, this is NAPAFan 34, and this is the first race in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, season number 1. They're 3 wide in turn 4, the final turn of the race. Here comes Turner, the 43. Jesse Turner, coming at a turn number 4. It's going to be Turner that wins the Daytona 500.
Already a crash down the backstretch. Matt Delio
Just
around
like
the
in
79.
Garrett Tenor, the 16 wins the Daytona 500.
Number 24 of John.
And there's your season 2 champion, folks. Jesse Turner wins it here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
You know he's got it. Second season again. Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It's finally gonna happen. Over 2 years, Garrett Tenor is gonna finally go back to the victory lane on NAPAFan. Off the final corner, one more it's gone to Ball goes Matt Delio in the 88. Will the championship contender Trey Parker get it? Yes, he will! Matt Delio has waited so long for this moment right into him. It's been over 2 years. Oh, Turner's got it down. Just like touchdown. No, Justin Allen and finally gotten the win. He's gonna pass the 16. Here comes Shane Lake in the 15 at the front. Shane Lake!
Oh my! On the outside, getting to it, to the line for the championship. Cameron Darlington does it! He does it! Wow!
He's got the win! Johnson's off the racetrack! Side by side on the final lap here at Rock Park! Chase, wow! Rookie driver! He made it work at the most difficult place to make a pass!
Stapleton to the inside of
and he blows up!
Take the championship lead with 4 laps to go.
And for the first time, he's coming down! He's coming down to the final lap! Gets the win! Gets up by Luke and Whitney will win the final.
It's going to be side by side for the championship once again! Delio Selfman does it! I can't believe it! How about that?
And we are here for the 1000th race on NAPAFan. And I can't believe it, but here we are. All thanks to you guys. 1000 races in. That's just unbelievable. Hello, everybody. This is NAPAFan here. And this is the 1000th race on NAPAFan, the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series International Exhibition from Twin Ring Motegi in Motegi, Japan. And since April 1st, 2015, 999 races have been run up until this point, and today we begin the 1000th event. We're joined alongside Nathan Stapleton for the call of today's event. 53 laps around this 1.549 mile speedway, and it is hard to believe that we have gotten to this point in only 5.5 years, and of course it's been a very long time since I started doing this. I was still a sophomore in high school when I began doing these races all the way back in April of 2015. Now I'm a senior in college, but this gentleman alongside me has been there for pretty much the whole ride. He came in about late 2015, and Nathan, you've seen all those races that have happened. What would it mean for you or anyone in this field to win here today in the 1000th NAPAFan race here at the Twin Ring Motegi?
Pretty much all it comes down to is what you just said, 1000. I didn't think anyone would get to 500, let alone 1000, but you did it with 500 and now 1000. Not too many people get to do that, and not too many people get to race in someone's 1,000th race, I should say. So it's going to be huge, racing at a track that no one on that fan has ever raced before, brand new territory. This is going to be pretty much anyone's game, and whoever wins here today in Japan is going to be one lucky person in victory lane and will be crowned the 1,000th race winner on that fan. It's going to be a special day.
It definitely will be. A special night for us here in the United States of America, of course, because over in Japan it's Saturday morning right now, but over here it's a night race here on this Friday evening, and we thank you guys so much for joining alongside us here for this 1,000th race. And, you know, I wanted to put together a bit of a montage of everything, and maybe I made that intro, maybe I didn't. But there have just been so many moments that really stick out in my mind when it comes to all these races I have done. And, you know, the one big moment was that first race when Jesse Turner crossed the line in the Season 1 Daytona 500. And little did I know, on that day I recorded that race, that I'd be here 5.5 years later, joined alongside one of my best friends who had not met yet, calling my 1,000th race while I'm a legal adult. I didn't know, I had no clue I'd be at this point, but it's all thanks to you guys for being there the whole way through, and for Jesse Turner especially, for Jesse Turner, Matt Dalio, Zachary Fitzwater, and I forget the other one, and I feel like Cameron Garlington was in that first race, and there's one more driver, Trey Bartow. How can I forget my man Trey Bartow? Those 5 guys... and Reagan Whitlock as well, I do believe, was also in that race. Those 6 guys, I do believe, were all in that first ever race on NAPAFan, April 1st, 2015, and they're in this race here today as well. So a huge special thank you to those 6 guys for actually being here the entire time. There are other guys like Nicholas Samadio who actually have been here that same amount of time. They just missed on Season 1. And... thanks to the guys who are new as well. I mean, and, you know, for guys, you know, who are rookies of this series, you know, especially the guys like LJ Semedo, who was a rookie this year. Sam and Oskin was a rookie to the series. He's been around a little while. Just to name a few. There's so many names. I can't name them all right here. You know, it came in at a very interesting time here on this channel, and, I can't thank you guys enough for being part of this 1,000th race here today from Twin Ring Motegi. But, you know, so many moments stand out, you know, and from Turner's first ever win to Turner's championship, Sam Medio's, you know, win in the Daytona 500, his 2 Indianapolis 250 wins, Matt Dalio's championship, Cameron Garlington's championship, John Hart winning the 500th race is another one. Zachary Fitzwater winning all of his races, winning the most races in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Nathan Stapleton winning 2 championships on NAPAFan, winning at Martinsville for his first ever Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race. And I mean, I'm just going on the fly here with a lot of these moments, but, you know, those are ones that really stick out in my mind. And I'm sorry if I don't mention a moment that you're part of, but there's just so many. I mean, when a guy does 999 races, how in the world do you expect him to remember them all? But either way, we are here. I'll shut up about all that. It's time for the race. No points involved in this one. So Shane Lake, he's the defending champion coming into this thing. They're all just racing for fun here. They're racing to be the 1,000th race winner on NAPAFan, and it's going to be interesting to see who pulls it off here today from Twin Ring Motegi. You might be wondering, why are we at Twin Ring? This is most likely going to be the venue for the International 401 next year in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, as we're probably going to move it from the Rock Dam Motor Speedway. Body Armor Cup Series had a race here back in July, I do believe. And here we are, ready for the 1,000th race on NAPAFan on a completely new track. It's a bit of a flat track. A lot like Gateway, in my opinion. It's a bit of a supersized Gateway. It's a bit flat through the corners. It acts a lot like Old Homestead as well. So, going to be interesting to see how that affects the event here today. It's only 53 laps, not a super long race. And there will be a cycle of pit stops later on down the road. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here from the Twin Ring Motegi. And on the pole position, Silas Orta in the number 3 grabbed the fastest time in qualifying alongside him. The number 39 of Wyatt Quayle. Great job in qualifying for him. A couple guys who didn't have the best of seasons. Actually, Orta had a really good season. Was very strong in the points, but didn't get a win. Wyatt Quayle didn't have a lot of points, but did get a win earlier on in the year. Cameron Garlington alongside Matt Dalio. And if you want to talk about NAPAFan history, these two guys have a ton of it. Both of these guys past Chick-Fil-A Cup Series champions. They're alongside each other there in row number 2. Cody Sill alongside a first-time driver, and Hergel Irvin Alonso. He's the guy who kind of came up with this whole idea of having this race here for the International Exhibition. He's also doing a lot of the graphics for us that you were seeing on your screen. He decided to step out of the ride and put in someone who's never raced before on NAPAFan, Reddit Isip in the number 28 machine, starting in the 6th position. And then, starting in the 4th row, Diego Pez and the 500th race winner on NAPAFan, John Arndt, with Fisher G in the number 7 to the inside of LJ Semedo. There, right there, in the 11th position, is the first ever winner on NAPAFan, Jesse Turner, returning to the number 43, the same number he drove on April 1st, 2015 to take home his first career Cup Series win, first career NAPAFan win, first ever race on NAPAFan. He went to victory lane that day. And how about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Zachary Fitzwater there, starting in the 12th position. We won't go through the whole field here on the racetrack, but we hope to touch on a majority of these guys throughout the race. The starting lineup will roll on the side of your screen as these guys roll off from the field here from Twin Ring Motegi, and it is going to be a very unique race, and whoever goes to victory lane here tonight, they are going to put their names in the history books and become a legend, winning the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. Nathan, so many strong guys up front in this race, like Darlington, Dalio, Turner, Fitzwater, all those guys are in the first ever race on NAPAFan. Do you think any of those guys go to victory lane here tonight? Or do you think it's going to be somebody else winning the 1,000th race here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series International Exhibition?
Well, knowing that we've never been to this track before, and knowing that is something that is totally different, my money is on a couple of people. I think the first ever winner, Jesse Turner, will have a good shot. I think John Arndt will have a good shot. Multiple drivers will have a shot. But I think it will be... Why not? I'm going to say the number 37 of Cody Sill is going to get the job done here tonight in Japan. But I think everyone's going to have a shot. Brand new track. No one has raced here. It's going to be a good one in Japan.
It definitely will be. A huge thank you to all you guys for being with me this whole way through. 1,000 races. I don't even know how. But yet here we are in the strangest year we've ever experienced, celebrating 1,000 races on this channel. This is all of you guys. Let's have some fun here from Twin Ring Motegi. Green flag in the air in the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. And how about Golden Motorsports? This may be their last ever race in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, and here they are 1-2 with Silas Orta and Cody Sill leading the field here in the International Exhibition. Orta leads lap 1, but here comes Sill looking to the inside for the race lead on lap 2.
The guy that I picked, Cody Sill, out front in the number 37, trying to get by his teammate, and looks like he will off with turn number 2, but here comes the number 88, moving his way up to the front, Diego Yepes, the international driver, I believe, of him, in his own right, moving his way up to the front, but, Fisher G, Jesse Turner, I should say, multiple drivers moving their way up through the front already. It's going to be a long race and a long night here at Japan, and anyone's going to have a shot.
And how about Diego Yepes? Did not have a good season there for Beast Racing, and Beast Racing is another team that most likely will not return next season to the NOFSRL Cup Series. But here is Yepes looking to get his owner, Marty Johnson, one last win in this series, and he's going to move to the inside of Cody Sill for the top position there on lap number 3. And he's going to get it right there and take the lead away in the number 88. Silas Orta there in the 3 machine. How about Cody Sill, though? And this is a very unique racetrack. That outside lane off of turn number 4 coming through the front stretch there gets a very good run, and that's going to hold up Yepes. That's going to bring Orta back in the mix of this lead battle. And our pole sitter set a blisteringly fast lap time in qualifying yesterday. So we're definitely looking at Orta having a good shot at getting his first career NAPAFan win here tonight in the 1,000th race. How about Fisher G there? commemorating Noah Sweet, lefty. We all know what happened with him. We all came together to support him, and Fisher G's decided to support him here for the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. Got stuck on the outside lane right there as Renan Isip in his first career NAPAFan start, and the 39 machine of Wyatt Quayle moved to the inside of him. Patrick Smith is up here, the number 30. He won the International 401 earlier this year at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And my, oh my, can't get this guy away from you, can you? The defending champion, the Season 9 champion. Man on cloud 9, Shane Lake in the number 15, moving his way through the top 10 for the race lead. Silas Orta takes it away from Diego Yepes. Here comes Cody Sill to the inside of Yepes for second, and Wyatt Quayle in the 39 for Trans-Tasman Racing, which I heard you might be a part of that team next year, Nathan. Moving up to the 4th position there, and he may go 3 wide for the 2nd position.
Yeah, I'm Trans-Tasman Racing. I can't spill the beans quite yet, but if any of you guys saw the information on Discord, NS Racing will not return to the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series next season, but will focus on the Turkey Hill National Series. I don't know where I'm going next season, but there's a good chance that it will be a pretty solid team for that season, and the 39 moving his way up to the front in that Chevy for Trans-Tasman Racing. But right now is 1-2 for Golden Glove Motorsports, I believe, here at Twin Ring Motegi.
Yeah, Matthew Brown's team, you know, he got a win with Cody Sill, and Silas Orta had a great season. Actually, Cody Sill had a really good season points-wise. Even though he didn't make the chase, he was up there in the points at the end of the season. I believe he finished top 15 overall, which is pretty solid. But unfortunately, I don't believe the team is going to be returning next year. I could be wrong. They could have renewed their contract in between now and the time, or in between the time of recording this, I say, and the time you guys are seeing this. But as of right now, time of this recording, they are not tapped to return for season number 10. How about Renan Isip, first ever NAPAFan start? And here he is in the 28 machine for American Motorsports. Out to here to letting them drive here in this number 28 machine. And Alonso's name's still on the back because it's still technically Alonso's car. He's going to move to the inside of Cody Sill. And Wyatt Quayle's going to move to the inside of Silas Orta. How about this 39 for Trans-Tasman Racing? It was not a good season at all for Wyatt Quayle in season number 9. But yet here is Quayle looking to the inside on lap 8 to take the lead away on the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. Fisher G's coming back in the inside. How about teammates at Outer Island Motorsports? Jesse Turner and Daniel McMillan in the number 79. Nicholas Samadio. It ain't a good race on NAPAFan without Mr. Edge coming into the party. And he's inside the top 10 right there for Zydell Motorsports. How about Tristan Allen? Great run for Allen right now here in the 11th position. There are talks that he might move over to Velocity Racing next year, which is definitely going to be a very, very cool thing to watch out for, because Velocity Racing got 7 wins on the season in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series season number 9 with Shane Lincoln, Thomas Troxel. He could be a force to reckon with. He could finally get his first career NAPAFan win, or should I say Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race victory, if he joins that team next year. How about Andrew Miller moving his way through the field? Great run for Miller. He won a couple races earlier on in the season. Of course, most notably, his win at Auto Club in California just a few weeks after the death of Kobe Bryant, driving the number 24. And I actually talked to him in person the other day, and he said that was a huge moment for him, and what a huge moment it would be if he gets this 1,000th win here tonight. How about Wyatt Quayle, though? Patrick Smith now up to the 2nd position, and it's Silas Orta, Renan Isip, and Jesse Turner. If you remember the 500th race back in, I think it was April of 2017, Turner almost won that thing, but got blocked by Matt Dalio at Daytona and lost it to John Arm. Well, how about this? If Turner were to win this race, that'd be 5.5 years apart from his first win and winning the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. That would be impressive, and he's got a very good shot at doing that here tonight at Twin Ring Motegi.
That could be a crystal ball moment either later on tonight for Jesse Turner. That would be really cool if he can win the first ever race on NAPAFan and win the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. But right now, the field is being controlled by the 39 of Wyatt Quayle, and the way it's looking like, he might be able to build this gap over Patrick Smith. But Patrick Smith, he's a very good driver in his own right. Season 1 Rebel Cup Series champion. I'm sorry I'm talking about my own series, but still, he's a very good driver no matter what he drives in, either on NAPAFan or on my series. So if it comes down towards the end, Patrick Smith could have a shot at getting this race win, but how about that 28 out of nowhere up to third in his first ever start on NAPAFan?
Yeah, such a great run in his first ever start here. Obviously on a good team. I think that was definitely the best car on American Motorsports this season. And ISIP definitely taking full advantage of the opportunity here. But how about Turner and McMillan? Teammates at Outer Island Motorsports right there, moving their way through the field. And then you got Tristan Allen. And, you know, Allen's good on these exhibition events in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. He's never won a points-paying race, but he's won the Showdown before, and he's also won the All-Star race before. So we'll have to see what he can do in that 06 machine here tonight as this race goes along. 40 laps to go when we cross the line this time by. This is a bit of a slower racetrack. We run, I'm going to show you the lap times right here. Fastest lap is 35 seconds. It's a slow track. It's a little bit longer than a mile and a half, and it's flat. And these are very wide, sweeping corners. They're in the corners, I believe, for about the same time they're down the straightaway. So they don't get much time to really build up that speed. So very technical racetrack. Very unique racetrack, but a very fun racetrack as well, as Tristan Allen moves to the inside of McMillan for the 5th position there. And Buck Racing is going to be returning. We don't know exactly how they're going to look like next season, but looks like we may have had somebody go off. Gatlin Downey in the 22. And he won the last 2 races of the season at Daytona and Darlington, and it looks like he got sent into the inside wall. The thing is, though, if it's at the back of the field and nobody's coming his way, they're not going to throw out the caution, so that's why we remain green right now here in the International Exhibition. There goes ISIP for second on Patrick Smith, and here comes Turner in the 43 looking to move his way into this lead battle.
As a unfortunate boy for Gatlin Downey, who won the last 2 races of the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series season, he's not going to be able to win this international exhibition and not win the 1000th race on NAPAFan, but that's just the name of the game sometimes, and unfortunately he's gonna be taken out of that spot of possibly winning the race here tonight. But the 28 is up to second now, so I think he might be a good shot at maybe catching up to Wyatt Quayle, but right now no one has had anything for that 39 of Wyatt Quayle, but Patrick Smith might get to the inside and take second away once again.
I believe these 3 guys are starting to close in here on the 39 machine. You got Patrick Smith moving to the inside of ISIP there for second, and Jesse Turner's going to take a position away as well. As long as Turner can clear him by the exit of 4, he will be fine to take that position, and Turner might actually try to get on Patrick Smith right here. Turner's a guy to watch out for. What a move there into the corner. He's going to be able to... Oh, it's a tight one. He's not going to be able to. He will. Thought Smith was going to get the run on the outside, but he didn't. And now Jesse Turner, who won the first ever NAPAFan race 5.5 years ago, is in position to possibly win the 1000th race on NAPAFan here. Lap 18 of 53, and there he is in second, chasing down Wyatt Quayle on the 39. Look out for Tristan Allen and Daniel McMillan as well. They have closed into these guys, and they're all back on each other here for the top 6 positions here at Twin Ring.
Just to tell him he could be a dog horse in this race. What a move he did a couple of laps ago in 3 and 4 to go from 4th to 2nd. And just to tell him he's actually closing in on this number 39 ever so slightly. For Trans Tasman, this is kind of close to him, the closest that they've ever been in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series since the team is based in Australia. So that would be cool if the 39 could win, but it would be really hard because Justy Turner is closing in fast, not number 43.
Didn't take
but
a good
you
line
guys
there
know,
that time.
Boy.
He might be able to get the run up top, but with the tire wear that we got going on right now, it's going to be tough to work that outside lane. Patrick Smith's run really strong here, and you know, he won at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, and to be honest, Rockingham Motor Speedway's actually got some similarities to this racetrack. It's a flat 1.5 miles that isn't traditionally shaped, not a cookie-cutter racetrack, and Turner going to get stuck in that outside lane. ISIP, Allen, and McMillan all going to move to the inside right there. We're going to go through the field here, check on some other guys. There's Fisher G, Silas Werner, Pole Sitter still in the top 10. Our past, or should I say defending champion in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, Shane Lake there running in the 8th position, I do believe. And you got, actually, I think he's fallen back to 9th at this point. Mark Davidson, great run for him. Could be his final race in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Not entirely sure if he's going to return next season or not. Andrew Miller, Mitchell Henderson there in the number 47. Great run for the other Trans-Tasman machine. Cody Sills falling back a little bit. Same with Sam Medeo and Yepez. They were up front earlier, but they've all kind of fallen back. Keegan Thompson's there. There's Nathan Faden. Number 64 machine there, driven by Quan Hasm. Currently running inside the top 20, and then you had Ace Garcia and Zachary Fitzwater. 500th race winner John Hart midway through the field. Whitlock was in that first ever NAPA-Fan Race. He's currently outside the top 20, and then you got Dale Lightning there. How about the 97 and Nathan Stapleton? Great scheme right here, and Nathan, I give Nathan a lot of credit. He started this scheme for me, and then I finished it up for him. Matt Dalio's fallen way back. He started in the 4th position. He's getting passed by Thomas Troxel. There's Nathan Bear in the 16th. Garlington also fell back. He started 3rd, I do believe. And Chase Harris back in there. LJ Cemento. Trey Bartow. Haven't really talked too much about him during this Twin Ring weekend, but his last ride in a Chick-Fil-A Cup Series car, most likely. And not the best of runs here for Bartow. We'll have to see if strategy gets played in his favor. Eli Bright there in the 33 machine. Brett's here in the 04. Ethan Lewis back in there. Brad Stover, Alexander Rowe, Sebastian Kukulon, Ryan Durrani, Sam Minoskin, and of course we saw what happened to the number 22 of Gatlin Downey earlier on. And hello, there's the 06 of Tristan Allen, up to 2nd there for Buck Racing. Chase Buck looking to get his first ever win as an owner in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Definitely looking forward to see what they do next season. But Allen, going to be his last race for this team, most likely, as he's more than likely going to move over to the Black Star Racing team for season number 10. He's closing in here on the 39 machine of Wyatt Quayle. But Quayle has led the most laps so far here today in the International Exhibition. And Quayle may be en route to winning the 1,000th race on FM, but Tristan Allen's saying something else right there. He's got a huge run to the inside. Quayle did not get a good run through 1 and 2. And side by side down the backstretch on lap 24. Tristan Allen looking to the inside for the race lead here on lap 24 at Twin Ring. He's going to dive to the inside and look to take it away. But Quayle on the outside going to get a run, and they're going to be side by side on the front stretch here, close to halfway here in the International Exhibition event.
And the thing with Tristan Allen, before we went through the field, he was like 5th or 6th, and I'm on the racetrack, and then he all of a sudden moved up to 2nd, and then just took the race lead. So I feel like Tristan Allen, he might have a long one call, and I think he was saving his tires for the longer one, and that's proving to be looking out for Tristan Allen. Oh boy, the 22 with that damage hold up some of these guys up front.
You know, Wyatt Quayle there in the 39, he has nowhere to go as that 22 is getting right in his way. Patrick Smith McMillan's going to get a run here on Quayle, and Quayle's not going to be able to get back to that inside. Oh, that's going to really make things interesting for the rest of this race, because Quayle definitely had a dominating car, but like you said, Nathan, he may have used up his stuff right there, pulling away from the field, and Allen may be one of those guys who save his tires later in this run. And once we get to this cycle of pit stops here, and it's going to be just past halfway, I do believe, these guys definitely want to be up front, because you can see how much this field has spread out right here. It's definitely going to be interesting to see, you know, if anyone plays any strategy. I can't imagine any of these guys in the back are really going to have an advantage, only unless we get a caution. And that caution would have to come out kind of in between the cycle, which we're hoping that doesn't happen. You know, it could happen. Obviously, we saw what happened in real-life NASCAR last Sunday night at Las Vegas when that could happen. And we all loved that. I don't think these guys up front would love that. But hey, we're just going to have to see how the cycle goes here in a few laps. Gatlin Downey really messed up this field. Quayle is all the way back in the 2nd pack now, and all these guys right on each other. Mitchell Henderson's actually pulled away. He's actually leading this pack there with Mark Davidson. And it's Allen, Smith, McMillan, Isip, Turner, and Shane Lake, of all people. 6 cars in this lead pack right here. These guys, though, I think they will close in here soon. But Wyatt Quayle on the brink of falling outside the top 10 after he dominated this race earlier on.
And that's a tough break for Wyatt Quayle for Trans-Tasman Racing. Not what they wanted to see, but that's just what happens sometimes with lap cars and with a car that had damage. And that's unfortunate. Oh!
Cycle's gonna begin right here. None of the leaders come down, and they did a great job not coming down because the caution just came out. So Dale Lightning and Matt Dalio got into each other off of turn number 4. Silas Orta, Fisher G, Cody Sill, and Nathan Baird are going to get the short end of the stick after this one. That's unfortunate for those drivers right there. They came down the pit lane. If they can get off, though, before the pace car catches them, however, which it is possible they could do that, because they did all have to cross the line right there, they will most likely stay on the lead lap. And if that's the case, it actually is possible that those guys could possibly inherit the race lead. We're going to have to see how that all cycles through. But it's now time for the one pit stop of the race, as we are past halfway here at Twin Ring Motegi. Tristan Allen leads the field down the pit lane with Patrick Smith, Renan Isip, Daniel McMillan, and Jesse Turner. And I imagine it's going to be a 4-tire stop for all these guys as well. This is one of those places where you want to have grip on your tires. And Allen in the 06 machine. Going to take 4 Goodyear Eagles. Now, the big question is, will we see anybody play any strategy here? It's going to be a little bit tight off the pit lane right there for Allen, but he will get off cleanly. And looks like the rest of the field here going to take 4 tires as well. And if I am not mistaken, I do believe that these guys will, in fact, inherit the race lead. It's going to be Silas Orta, Fisher G, Cody Sill, and Nathan Baird on the lead lap, leading this field here at Twin Ring Motegi. They did not get screwed there. They are going to be at the advantage now, and our pole sitter back in position to possibly win this race. Great job for these guys coming down when they did. I thought they were going to end up a lap down because of that, but thankfully all these guys had their pit stalls past the start-finish line. They were able to cross it and come back around and stay on the lead lap, and Silas Orta, your new race leader here at Twin Ring Motegi. Tristan Allen, Patrick Smith, Mark Davison, great pit stop for the 95. Daniel McMillan and Renan Isip off the pit lane in that order. Not a good stop for Turner. He fell a few positions right there. Mitchell Henderson is up there in contention. Shane Lake as well. Quan Haslam. How about Haslam there for Anderson Racing? His teammate Patrick Smith running up front right now as well. But because these guys came down the pit lane right when the caution came out, Silas Orta, Fisher G, Cody Sill, and Nathan Baird, the top 4. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the event here in the 1,000th race on NA9AFan, the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series International Exhibition from Twin Ring Motegi.
That beautiful scheme just had to cause the only caution in the race.
Yeah, it did, man. I mean, to be fair, we have some guys who are trying to come down the pit lane here, and I think you might have been trying to come down the pit lane, and you cut into Dale Lightning, and Matt Dalio has nowhere to go. And Lightning gets into the outside wall. Kind of hard right there. You see Nathan Baird coming down the pit lane right when this occurs. He's going to end up being one of those top 4 guys. He's going to have a really good shot at winning this race because he came down right when that happened. That's all that ensued. No major accident, really. Both these guys should be able to continue, but I guess the last team being an owner-driver, or last race, I should say, being an owner-driver, not necessarily your day there in that scheme that we both made.
Fitzy got into the 75 of Matt Dalio, and then I just got into Dalio's corner panel and just turned him. I feel so bad for the 75 and the 38 because that was just going to be a normal round of pit stops, and then the 97 just turned the 75. And I feel so sorry for that, but then again, that did cause it to be a better race because then there was a restart that we will get to see who will win. So it's better than having it going caution-free potentially in being super spread out, but that's gonna allow not Chase Harris, but the 3 of Silas Orta and a couple other drivers to have a shot at some good track position late in the going in the 1,000th race on NA9AFan.
Yeah, those 4 guys, they're not mad that you wrecked them because they're going to be the top 4 guys here in this restart. Silas Orta won the race off the pit lane. He will lead us to the green flag here for the restart here in the International Exhibition. It'll be Fisher G, and I think Nathan Baird, Cody Sill. I don't know who's third and who's fourth. I forgot. I think it's Cody Sill who's actually going to be third here. So, going to be interesting to see what those guys can do up front. Anyways, let's go ahead. Get to the restart here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series International Exhibition. The 1,000th race on NA9AFan going to return right now. And we are back here at the Twin Ring Motegi for the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series International Exhibition. The 1,000th race on NA9AFan. And I'm just glad that all that played out the way it did, and we didn't end up with a crap ton of guys on the tail end of the lead lap or something like that. It only ends up being 4 guys who actually benefit from it. Silas Orta, Fisher G, Cody Sill, and Nathan Baird. And thankfully it was only 4 guys, so that guys like Tristan Allen, Patrick Smith, and Mark Davidson, all these guys who were running up front, going to have that advantage. They don't really lose that much track position. They're still very much in contention for this race victory. So, thankfully, all played out. It's Orta, Fisher G, Cody Sill, Nathan Baird, Tristan Allen, Patrick Smith, Mark Davidson, Danny McMillan, Renan Isop, and Mitchell Henderson. With Gatlin Downey on the tail end of the lead lap with damage from a prior incident. Green flag back in the air with 21 laps to go in the 1,000th race on NA9AFan. And Silas Orta, we're going to pull away there, but here comes Fisher G in the 7 machine. Great run there for Fisher for Zidell Motorsports. He might get a run right here on the number 3. Cody Sill's a guy you got to watch out for now because he's going to be in contention for this. Same with Nathan Baird, the Season 8 Chick-Fil-A Cup Series champion.
Nathan Baird, a really good driver. I believe he almost won the Season 9 championship as well, but lost it to Shane Lake. So Baird still coming off of a lot of momentum, but we have to watch out for this 22 being really slow with that hood buckle. Hopefully these guys can get around him a-okay. Looks like they fixed it a little bit, but still a lot of damage and still gonna slow him down a lot. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't affect anyone.
He is actually 2 laps down, so he's not really doing much yet. Their only driver not on the lead lap right now. It's been a relatively clean race. Obviously you had that incident between Dalio, forget who the other guy was, and we just reviewed it. But Dalio obviously went up there on the wall, and Allen with a problem!
Oh no!
Oh my goodness. And he was running, he may have had a tire go down, possibly. So all those guys kind of shuffle around, and Cody Sill just blew up in the 37! Unbelievable! And hopefully all these guys can avoid him. And thankfully they will, but that's 2 guys who had a very good chance of winning this race who are not going to have a good chance of winning this race anymore. Cody Sill and Tristan Allen, both with issues. One right after another. And neither of them will get the race victory here tonight at Twin Ring Motegi in the 1,000th race on NA9AFan. And I think Allen just had a tire go down. He may have run over something. We do have that 22 still out there. He could still have a little bit of damage, and that could have ended up on the racetrack. What a tough break for Tristan there. Had such a good shot at winning this race. But now our pulse hitter, Silas Orta, is pacing this field. But look out for Nathan Baird. You know, Nathan Baird didn't win this championship, and he's not happy about that. He lost that points lead. He had a 40-point lead with 2 races left to go, and still lost the championship by 12 points. He wants to win the 1,000th race to make up for that, and he is coming strong. In the last time he's going to be an owner driver here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, at least for the time being there for Baird Motorsports. What a way to cap off Baird Motorsports in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series if he could get this race victory here tonight at Twin Ring. Looking to close in here on Silas Orta. He's got to run to the inside for the race lead on lap 37.
That's right. Hopefully for Cody Sill and Tristan Allen, 2 of the top 5 best cars always on. They are not going to have a shot at the race moment. But now that opens up the door for guys like Patrick Smith, Mark Davidson, Silas Orta, and Nathan Baird to possibly steal this race win. And Baird, like you said, he kind of choked away his championship in Season 9. So he would love to win the 1,000th race on NA9AFan, but he still has a long way to go. And a lot of hungry drivers right behind him that want this race win as well, but Baird out front at number 16.
All I'm going to say right now is Mr. Edge is in the 8th position. He's not the kind of guy you want to have on your back bumper coming to the white flag, because he is going to find a way to pass you and win the race. He's going to shuffle back a little bit. How about Keegan Thompson? Haven't really talked about Thompson at all this season. I've actually forgotten that he was in the Cup Series a couple times this year. Here he is for Father Fruit Motorsports, and his teammate Mark Davidson's up here in the top 10, but Davidson's falling back a little bit right there as Smith puts the bumper on Silas Orta there. for the second position on lap 39. And how about Mitchell Henderson? You know, Wyatt Quayle had his issue, fell back quite a bit through the field after he got stuck behind Gatlin down. Oh, but Davidson not going to let Henderson hold on to that position. And they all jammed it up right there. Nathan Baird did not have a good line through the corner, and Orta is still side by side with Patrick Smith. And that's going to bring in Fisher G to this battle. Then you got Davidson still on the inside of Henderson. Now you're going to have Keegan Thompson move on McMillan. And Jesse Turner still up here inside the top 10 with 14 laps to go. Baird still the race leader. Orta falls back to 4th. Fisher G now up to 3rd. And Patrick Smith trying to hold him off there. Smith has been one of the most dominant guys in this race, and here he is, running 2nd with 14, coming to 13 laps to go in the International Exhibition.
Patrick Smith might have the call to beat in that number 30 machine. He's been fast all night long, but if anyone has a shot, it could be Mr. Edge, Nicholas Samadeo. He is moving his way up through the field in that number 48. And like you said, he is not afraid to give some bumper and rattle someone's cage for this race win, especially for this big of a race. And he very well could do that towards the end of this race. But now Fisher G trying to take a little bit of a high line and maybe get a one on Patrick Smith, but Smith is going to get a one on Nathan Baird.
Yeah, Patrick Smith has been really strong in this race. Not only that, he beat me in fantasy football last week. At least I think he did. I'm recording this during the Monday Night Football game, and Lamar Jackson ain't too hot right now, so I'm going to just go ahead and say Patrick Smith beat me. So he's looking for 2 dubs in a row right here, and a pretty big dub if he can pull it off here tonight in the 1,000th race. Got around Nathan Baird right there. 12 laps to go here at Twin Ring Motegi. Orta's still here, McMillan's still here, and out of nowhere, here is Reagan Whitlock in 7th. And like I mentioned, Reagan Whitlock was one of those drivers who was in that first ever NAPA-FAN race. Well, here he is, right in line with the leaders, as Orta now has a run for 2nd on Nathan Baird. But Baird with a great move into the corner there on the outside lane. And Fisher G going to fall back just a little bit. Keegan Thompson. Thompson is going to look to take 4th away from Fisher G. Thompson's coming fast in the number 5. And unfortunately, Jesse Turner has fallen way behind. He is now down in 15th. And the 500th race winner, John Arndt, right behind him there. Arndt really hasn't been seen too much here today at Twin Ring. And I don't think we're going to see much of Jesse Turner in the end of this one. But Patrick Smith, looking for the biggest win of his career on NAPA-FAN. The 1,000th race on NAPA-FAN. But I gotta tell you, they put something in that number 5 of Keegan Thompson. He's all the way up to 3rd now there for Father Fruit Motorsports. That team did not get a win all season long. Jonathan Logan, the owner of this team. Keegan Thompson, only 1 career NAPA-FAN win. That was the Freedom 50 earlier this year. He may get an opportunity as Nathan Baird looks to the inside of Patrick Smith. 9 laps to go next time by here at Twin Ring. And Patrick Smith continues to hold on in the International Exhibition.
I don't know what they did to that number 5. They must have made some massive changes during the pit stop, and now he might also have the fastest car on the racetrack right now. And now Baird, if these cars can go side by side, that might allow Keegan Thompson to eat it into 3 and 4 and make it 3 wide.
Keegan Thompson's going to have a good shot at this race victory. Not going to get to the inside of Baird right there. Smith may get a run up top on the 5 machine, but if Thompson can hold the inside, which he's going to get a good run off of turn 4 right there, this is going to be a tight one. But Thompson is coming as Baird takes the lead back away from Patrick Smith. Lap 47 of 53. Excuse me, lap 46-53. So we still got another lap left. And Thompson going to power right down to the inside for the race lead. He's got Patrick Smith behind him, and they're side by side for the top position here on lap 46 of 53. And Keegan Thompson, looking for only his 2nd career NAPA-FAN win, looking to win the 1,000th race on NAPA-FAN here today in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. But Baird, Patrick Smith, Silence over to Reagan Whitlock, and Nicholas Samadeo up here in 6th. They're also going to have a shot at this race victory here once we close down to it. Patrick Smith going to look to the inside of the 16 of Nathan Baird. That's exactly what Keegan Thompson wants to see. If he can pull away enough, he may be able to pull away with this race victory. We're gonna have to see next time by. 6 laps to go at Twin Ring Motegi in the International Exhibition in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. San Mateo on the back bumper of Whitlock, and Smith back to the inside of Baird for second.
This might be a bold prediction, but I think it's going to come down to Keegan Thompson, Patrick Smith, and Mr. Edge, Nicholas San Mateo, late in this race. Because San Mateo, he has been moving up through that field.
Oh, he's going to get to the inside of Whitlock right there, and he's going to get around Baird as well. But Thompson's pulled away. Look at that gap, about half a second now between him and second place, Patrick Smith. However, you can lose a lot of time if you do not hit your marks through a corner. We've seen that throughout this race. San Mateo and Baird. San Mateo's going to take 4th away from the 16 machine. Whitlock's also going to take a position away from the 16 as well. McMillan and Quayle are here. How about Thomas Troxel? He's closed in. He won 3 races on the year, and defending champion Shane Lake up here as well. Don't think they're going to have a shot at the win at this point, but they are going to have solid runs in the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. Next time by, 4 laps to go for Keegan Thompson and Father Fruit Motorsports here at Twin Ring Motegi. It has been a rough year for Keegan Thompson, and I'm not going to go into details, but this would be something else for Thompson if he could pull it off in what has been a bit of an emotional year for him. It's 4 laps to go here at Twin Ring. San Mateo's closing in, but he is still about a second behind, trying to get around Silas Orta here for 3rd. And San Mateo's going to take that position away. Patrick Smith looking to close in here. He is closing in. It's about a half a second right now, but it does appear that he is getting closer than number 5. San Mateo here in 3rd. And Whitlock's going to get to the inside here. San Mateo's going to shut the door on him, and he's not going to be able to get a run on the 48 quite yet. That might end the shot for San Mateo to win this race. Whitlock's got a run to the inside for 3rd. And now, I think this race is going to be between Keegan Thompson and Patrick Smith.
And Patrick Smith closed in. I don't know. He gained about a 10th last time by. But now with it being 3 laps to go, the next 2 laps he basically has to gain 2 tenths and then send it on that final lap. But I don't know if he has the stuff to do it. Keegan Thompson, the fastest car on the racetrack. He might have the best shot to get this race win here tonight in Japan.
2 laps to go for Keegan Thompson in the number 5. Didn't even win a race all season long. And here he is in the 1,000th NAPAFan race, looking to steal his 2nd career NAPAFan win. And he pulled away from Patrick Smith that last lap around. What an unbelievable performance here out of Keegan Thompson. Next time by is going to take the white flag here in the 1,000th race on NAPAFan from Twin Ring Motegi. Keegan Thompson in the number 5, looking for the biggest win of his career one more time around in the International Exhibition.
This time by, the gap is 0.8 of a second. As long as nothing fishy happens to Keegan Thompson, either blows up or blows a tire, he should get this race win here in Japan. This would be huge for Keegan Thompson, and half a lap away from getting his 2nd career NAPAFan win, and by far winning the biggest win on NAPAFan overall.
April 1st, 2015, Jesse Turner took the checkered flag at Daytona in the first ever NAPAFan race. And 5.5 years later, in the 1,000th race, Keegan Thompson will win the International Exhibition here at Twin Ring Motegi. And he is your winner in the 1,000th NAPAFan race. What a run for Father Fruit Motorsports. Keegan Thompson gets it done here at Twin Ring Motegi.
What a run from Keegan Thompson. He owns that victory. They did some massive changes on that pit stop. We didn't see him at all in the first half of the race, but once we went back green, that team just lit a fire inside that car, and Keegan Thompson wins here in Japan. What a job well done for that entire Father Fruit Motorsports here at Twin Ring Motegi. Thompson with the race victory.
That is Jonathan Logan's first ever race victory as an owner on NAPAFan. Great to see our good friend Jonathan get that owner's victory. And Keegan Thompson is going to pull off the 1,000th race victory on NAPAFan here at Twin Ring Motegi. And it's something because Keegan didn't even really have that good of a season at all. He didn't really contend for any race victories, but he found something there in those final few laps, and he's going to take this win away from some of the best drivers on NAPAFan. What a race victory for Keegan Thompson here at Twin Ring Motegi. And Nathan, you know, you've been in a lot of these NAPAFan races. You were even in this one. We pulled an exception for him, don't worry. But how special is this for Keegan Thompson, the guy who's only won one race prior to this one here today, to win this 1,000th race on NAPAFan?
That is just... I can't even describe the feeling, but Keegan Thompson... I've won a lot of races on NAPAFan, but I've never won a milestone race like this. Like Keegan Thompson did. One heck of a job for him. By far the biggest win of his career. And Keegan Thompson with the job well done. Just a great race for not only Keegan Thompson, but as a whole here on NAPAFan. 1,000 races. It's been an amazing ride.
It definitely has. It definitely has. And, you know... Yeah, I mean, what a great race for the 1,000th race. I mean, I'm so glad this turned out well. There wasn't anything, you know, real goofy with this race at all. I mean, you could say that caution coming out when it did was a little goofy, but in all seriousness, it really did not affect the race. And in the end, we got ourselves Keegan Thompson winning the 1,000th race in that, and that's a big thing. And I mentioned, you know, he's been through a tough year, and it's kind of funny. The day I'm recording this, he said, you know, today I had a good day. You know, I was hanging out with my friends, listening to my favorite music. It was just a really good day. Well, by the time this race goes up, it's going to be a great day for Keegan Thompson. He just won the biggest race in his career, the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. A huge congratulations to him for that one, and Father Fruit and Motorsports, their first win as a team. And wow, I just can't believe it. 1,000 races. We are done. How about that? Hey, here's to 1,000 more. Why not? It might take me a little bit longer than 5.5 years to do another 1,000, but hey, we're going to get to 2,000. We'll find a way to do it. I guarantee it. Keegan Thompson, Patrick Smith, Nicholas Samadillo, Reagan Whitlock, Nathan Baird, Daniel McMillan, Wyatt Quayle, Silas Orta, Fisher G, and Iquan Haslam. The top 10. Jesse Turner finished where he started in 11th. John Arndt, Mark Davidson, Thomas Troxel, Shane Lake, Nathan Faden, Brad Stover, Mitchell Henderson, Sam Oskin, Cameron Garlington, Ethan Lewis, Diego Yepes, Ace Garcia, Ryan Durrani, Sebastian Kikulan, Trey Bartow, his final ever Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race officially, unfortunately, in 26th. Eli Bright, Nathan Stapleton, LJ Sameto, Brett Sierra, Chase Harris, Andrew Miller, Alexander Rowe, Zachary Fitzwater, Renan Isa, Matt Dalio, Dale Lightning, Tristan Allen, Gatlin Downey, and Cody Sill. The official finishing results here from the Twin Ring Motegi in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series International Exhibition for the 1,000th race on NAPAFan. And wow. You know, it's been a year. It really has. Dare I say it. It's been a very rough year. And I didn't know that I would hit 1,000 races this year. You can actually thank the pandemic a little bit because of that, because that's when I started the Hers Dash Series, and that's what sped this up a little bit more to get to this point. And what a year to do the 1,000th race. You know, this is a milestone, and I mean, I don't think it's really sunk in for me quite yet. And hey, maybe while you guys are watching this right now, it finally will sink in for me. But it's like, with all that's going on, it's hard to really grasp that moment. It's like, wow, I've done 1,000 races. But, you know, it really is not about me. It is about you guys. It's about these names you see right here. It's about the gentleman next to me right here. It's about all you guys who participate in this. I have to say, this year's been tough. But if it were not for you guys, I don't know where I'd be. I really don't. I don't think it would be too good. I'm not going to go into any detail on that one, but you guys, you know, your quirkiness and all that stuff, you guys are something else, and I just simply do not know what I'd do without you guys. And I mean that to every single one of you who's watching, every single one of you who's in the Discord, and you know, every single one of you who signed up for these races over the years, and especially those guys who were in that first race who have been here since the beginning. I mean, I find it so unbelievable. The guys like Jesse Turner, Matt Dalio. I mean, I'm not as surprised with Fitzwater. That guy's going to be around forever, but I love you, Fitzy. We all love you. And Cameron Garlington, another one of those guys. Trey Bartow, I mean, huge thanks to Trey Bartow. This is his last season. Trey's the man, all right? You're going to be hearing him in the booth next season for the Cup Series, and trust me, he's a fun guy to call races with. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm going to miss Bartow out there on the racetrack, but Trey's the man. All those guys are the guys. You know, they've just been around so long. Sam Adio as well. Nicholas Samadio, I know you've been around practically forever. Reagan Whitlock as well. You've been off and on. So awesome to see you here. And I'm going over guys who have been here since the beginning. And how can I forget my man Stuart Gratton? I've known Stuart longer than literally anybody else here on this platform, and yet he still has a driver in my series. All 9 seasons he's had a driver in my series, and I cannot imagine, I can't believe he's still around. But I'm so glad he's still around. He's such a great dude. And I mean, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank all you guys enough. You know, there's just way too many people to thank. And especially you, Nathan. I gotta say, Nathan, you're one of my best friends. You really are. And I had you call this race with me for a reason. And that's because you're my man. You really are. I've known you for a long time. It's such a blessing to know you. And, wow. I mean, thank you so much for calling this race with me, of course. Thank you so much for just being there all that time. You know, we've known each other. We've called races for ages, you know. And you know, it's strange as it seems, you know, I almost consider Nathan to be like my little brother. And I never had a brother, but with Nathan, it almost kind of feels that way. And, you know, I love having him around. He is one of the best guys in our community, hands down. I mean, there's just no denying that. And thank you so much for joining me, Nathan. Obviously, you know, this is a tough weekend for you, but I'm so glad you can help, you know, call this race for me. And here's to many more. You know, you're going to be around next season. Like we said, probably going to be on the Trans-Tasman team next year. You know, and it's just a huge thank you to you, man. And I can't thank you enough for just being there with me the whole time. You've been around for so long, and it means so much for you have been around for as long as you've had. It's just amazing. And here's to many more years, man. I love you, and we'll continue to do more of these races. Just keep on rolling here on NAPAFan and the NOFSRL and his league NIRA for many years to come.
Yeah, it's been one heck of a ride for just me and NAPAFan, but for me and the sub community. It's not really the one that my team wanted for the last Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race, but that's not really the point. The major point is how NAPAFan got to 1,000 races, and it's because of every single person that signed up for the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, Tokyo Hill Series, Truck Series, Dash Series, every series that he has done. It's incredible. I'm losing my words. I'm getting emotional for what NAPAFan said about me. And I'm getting emotional about him doing 1,000 races. I'm just full of emotions right now. Congratulations to 1,000 races, man. What a year to do it. And cheers to 2021, and cheers to 1,000 more races. Hopefully here on NAPAFan.
Yeah, 2021 is going to be a better year. I guarantee it. Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, another huge thank you to all you guys, you know, who have just supported along the way. I don't think anyone realizes just how much I put into this. And I do it because I love it. And like I said, you know, earlier on, you guys are some of my greatest friends. And like I said, you know, this year was tough. I don't know, you know, what I would have become if I didn't have you guys. And just to have you guys, you know, just keep me going means so much. And that's the whole main thing, you know, like, you know, I have social anxiety disorder. You know, I'll be the first to say that. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be because my job requires me to talk to complete strangers. But, you know, growing up, I never really had any true close friends, but now I can say I do, and that means so much to me. And, you know, it's strange, you know, here I am, I'm 21, I'm an adult, you know, I'm not a kid anymore, you know, but, like, I still love this just as much as I do when I first started 5.5 years ago, or technically 6 years ago, if you really want to be technical, 6 years, 2 months ago. 2014 is when I first got into 2003. If you guys remember that, you're an OG. But yeah, just thank you. God bless you all. You are some of the greatest people I know, and here's to many more years, to many more races, and And Keegan, you got a special one right there, my man. 1000th race winner here tonight from Twin Ring Motegi. Thank you guys so much for watching. A huge thanks to Herjo Larvin Alonso for doing the graphics for us in this race. He put a lot of time into that to make this look even better than what they normally look, so a huge thanks to him. He also came up with the idea for this event as well. You had the idea, it's like, hey, let's do an exhibition race at the end of the season. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. And he wanted to initially do it at Suzuka. Fortunately, couldn't get the track to open up. But it's like, hey, let's do a Twin Ring. It's like, yeah, that's a great place. And I mean, you guys saw this race. It was definitely a great one. But Nathan, thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. And hey, here's to 1,000 more. We'll get there soon enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Keegan Thompson, the winner of the 1000th race on NAPAFan. And on behalf of Nathan Stapleton, I will see you guys later!